we said the reason that we play behind teams is so that we can eventually play in front of them. And lane filling is the term that we use for our three-man attack. And there's three reasons that we fill all of our lanes. One is to make sure that we recover on pucks. So whether it's a shot wide or a missed pass, we're going to get to every loose puck, hopefully first. We're going to contest every loose puck, and we're going to touch first on it whenever we possibly can. The other thing that filling lanes does, particularly simple ones, simple lane filling, is you test the opponent. So you put their trackers in their defensive zone, their funneling, their details if they want to hit their edges. You put all of those things to test with the opponent by tracking all the way home and filling all your lanes. And the last thing that it does is a lot of fun. You get to have your no-look passes. If you know a player is going to a certain spot of the ice and he's going there consistently, you can throw a quote-unquote blind pass and have an idea that that thing is going to connect. So throughout all of this lane filling, there's simple traditional lane filling, and there's also exotic lane filling where players are on similar lines of longitude and they end up having to sort it out and get to those three lanes. So we'll go through all these three-man options here going forward. The clip I thought that really encompasses filling lanes is Ryan O'Reilly last year in the Stanley Cup Finals. He's on the same line of longitude as Perron. Pietrangelo fires it far side, blocker save, but O'Reilly travels all the way from here to get to that far post and that far lane. And then his hand-eye and his brilliance takes over. But there's a really good chance that that puck was just going to end up over in the corner. So that's what you're aiming for. Goals are a bonus on the line rush. This is a clip that shows the hundreds, if not thousands of reps that it takes, whether it's through drills or through video sessions, to beat into the players, to make sure that they're aware of how important it is to fill lanes. This is our U17 club this past season in a gold medal game against the Russians. And all we have to do right now is drive this far lane. We've got our middle. This looks really similar to the last clip with Pietrangelo, except we got a lefty shooting. It's still going to come far pad, and that rebound is going to lay right there. Even if we don't score, it is a rolling puck. We're going to have possession of this. Instead, Russia goes and grabs it, transitions out, and we don't even have an offensive zone start. So you fill your lanes. For slam dunks, of course, but it's for possession purposes. Here's some example, recovery. So Zegers fills this far lane. He's got the dot lane filled, even though he's behind the play. He doesn't get magnetized by the puck and come into the weak ice. Even if we get it to him as this trailer, all that happens is a defenseman, cool, calm, stops, steps up, and gets the block with good stick detail. So we fill our lanes. Z, puck ends up in the corner. He gets a first touch on it. Now, he gets wrecked. He gets absolutely smoked, but he pops right back up, and the grind sets up his skill. Little saucer pass to himself, and then he shovels it past the goaltender. Gets rewarded. All starts with that lane fill. Here's a traditional lane fill that puts the opponent to the test. So it's a 4-on-3. Not in favor of blue, but Mike Gildon stays down that dot lane. He goes right to that far post. Hughes manipulates the dot D, gets both D caught on the same side of the ice. Shot off the pad to Gildon. Oh, rolling puck doesn't go for us. Here's where we test the opponent, though. Certain teams are going to have their right wing who wants to get back to his landmark, so his traditional spot. Some teams want the first guy to play low. You'll also end up with mismatches down in those spots. But let's pay attention to 55 here. He gets back to his spot, and that's where he should be, right wing. But the problem with that is that if he had stayed home, he'd be able to deny Caulfield. And all Cole needs is that one split second where the defense doesn't have him marked, and he's going to find you. He's going to burn you. Here's a little more exotic form of putting to the opposition to the test. We've got two players caught on the same side of the ice. Here's our lead dog coming through. Hughes knows that he's got to get to this far post. So he's going to test the opponent's funnel. And here's their right wing. Just goes to show you, there's the right wing, and the centerman wants to get to his spot. So he over funnels. The puck ends up right back where Hughes, just because Hughes vacated that ice and forced the other team into a tough spot on his funnel. Now, this is a traditional lane fill for a no-look pass. Starts off with a 3-on-2. Our weak side player, Mike Gildon, is driving for his far post. he will not get magnetized to the puck. Despite the turnover happening, really good stick detail here from the guys in orange. And also, something to notice is that John Beecher didn't get into the dot lane. So he didn't get a little bit further out, which makes this a more enticing option for the defenseman to travel out there and break up the play. So that play breaks up, but we don't get magnetized by the puck. We're not going to help. We finish the route straight to the back post. So when Judd Caulfield ends up grabbing this puck, it's going to come to him right here. He turns, he's staring down here, looking this way, turn, wheel, and fire it to the backside. Fill your lanes and get rewarded. Here's a little bit more non-traditional look, a more exotic look at lane fill, which leads to a goal. Here's our lead dog. He's going to come over and help, which means that Moynihan has to fill this far side. Puck goes off the pad, no look. And, you know, these things happen all over the ice. Trevor Zegras has highlight reel after highlight reel, and it starts to resonate and creep into all facets of your game, whether it's the offensive zone, and you're going to start to have all three of your lanes full at all times. And so Z knows that these lanes are going to get filled, and he's going to be able to make these no-look passes. Finds Hughes on the other side for a lane fill backhand, top shelf right underneath the bar. And this is how we practice our simple